Hey, ninth grade. I just thought it would be helpful to give you some steps that will help you to get the most out of watching your Edmentum tutorial slides and also help you do your best with the writing assignments that you need to submit. Right now, I'm just giving feedback, so make sure you use this feedback so that you can do well when I start to assign grades. Your first step is to make sure you look at what your assignment is. For today, Monday, March 23rd, we're supposed to be answering the question, what does it mean to analyze a play? That means I should be thinking, what does it mean to analyze a play for all of the slides that I am watching in Edmentum? That's step one, look for your assignment. Step two is to look at the slides that you've been assigned, keeping in mind the question, what does it mean to analyze a play? I also want you to understand that you may need to go back a few slides to help you understand what you need to write in your answer. Today you were supposed to look at slides 8 through 12. Slide 8 is just a quick video that says analyzing a play. Slide 9 says writing an analysis of a play differs noticeably from writing about a novel or a poem. So you may need to go back to some slides before and look at what literary analysis is. Literary analysis means analyzing literature. So when you look at this, you can see that it's not reviewing or summarizing the work. It interprets a literary work. So what does that mean? What do you have to do when you analyze literature? Well, it involves examining various elements like theme, characters, setting, plot, and symbolism. So those are some things you're going to need to talk about when you answer the question, what does it mean to analyze a play? So after I've gone back to make sure I have a good understanding of what analyzing literature is, I continue on with our slides. A play can be analyzed as a script or as a performance. I'm going to take some notes about that because that might be important. When you analyze a play, you can do things, you can analyze it two ways. You can analyze the literature or the writing, and you can analyze the performance, which means how people act. And that's also in here, okay? Pay close attention to these elements. Again, they are giving you a clue about what you need to write about in your answer. What does it mean to analyze a play? Well, you've got to look at characters, plot, setting, theme, language, and performance. Let's look at each of these elements. Reminder, if you want the slide read to you automatically, you can click on the little speaky guy and turn slide narration on. Here is what they have to say about characters. Begin your analysis of the play by examining the roles of characters, protagonist, antagonist, influence on the plot. Okay, those are things you need to look at for the characters. So those are kinds of information that you need to put in your answer. What does it mean to analyze a play? So I'm going to put those in my notes. Look at characters. Remember, I do not have to write complete sentences. All right, I'm ready to move to the next slide. Here's the plot, okay? So again, there are some specific questions right down here that tell you how you're supposed to analyze a play. Pay attention to the main elements of the plot. Ask yourself these types of questions. Here's the setting. The setting is the environment. And again, evaluate the significance of the setting to the plot. These are important pieces of information that need to go in your answer. And slide 12 was where we needed to stop. So I'm going to take some notes about the plot. How many acts? What's the climax? Those are the kinds of things you're going to be talking about if you're analyzing a play. Setting. How does it affect the play? What time period is it in? Now I'm ready to actually write my paragraph. Since we're not talking about analyzing a performance of the play, I'm going to take that piece out of my notes. When you start to write your paragraph, you need a good topic sentence. That goes back to the question. The question is, what does it mean to analyze a play? Well, I need to make sure that I'm talking about what does it mean to analyze a play. So I'm going to write 2 sentences about what that means. Analyzing a play is similar to analyzing writing. What do I do when I analyze writing? When I analyze the writing of the play, I look at the play elements. All of that information came from the first few slides we watched and going back to our literary analysis slide. All right, I'm going to write my paragraph and show you what it's like in just a minute. You'll notice that I have now built an essay. And what I've done is I have looked at every single one of my elements, characters, plot, and setting, and written about 2 sentences for each one. First, look at the characters. There's another sentence, 2 sentences about characters. Speaking of plot transition, there are 2 sentences about plot. And then third is the setting. And again, I have 2 sentences about setting. So that ought to give you an idea of what I'm looking for when I ask you to do these kinds of writing assignments. Don't just tell me, look at the plot, characters, and setting. Explain what you mean when you say that. The purple sentences are my conclusion. What you see here is some very similar wording at the end of my paragraph to the beginning. Shares many of the same elements as literature. Similar to analyzing writing. Elements, okay? Looking at these elements, looking at the elements, you can see the repetition. So what I've done is say what I'm going to say, give my examples, 1, 2, 3, and then say what I've already said. This is what analysis of a play means. So hopefully that helps you write some really good responses in the future. I look forward to reading some excellent writing. Have a great day.